Dude, if Trevor Lawrence wins, Trevor Lawrence's market has been super down the past couple of years. I think they're going to upset the Bills. I'm selling Trevor Lawrence. We're back.
And we're presented by eBay Live.
It's Brittany, and we are back. It's been a week and a half, 2 weeks, week and a half. It's a new year.
January 5th, 2026. 2 men, 1 recording studio.
1 dream.
And 1 presentation.
1 dream to have 1 monster presenting sponsor, which we have never had in the history of the show.
It's happened.
eBay Live, where dreams come true and leprechauns skip on your fantasies. Where cards are bought and sold and hearts are dragged through pillows of joy.
That sounds like a magical place.
Where you can rip wax and rip open your fantastic thoughts of cardboard euphoria.
Keep going. 1 more.
eBay Live. Adam Ireland's like, what is happening?
What did I pay for?
Jay is just shuddering at this point.
Happy.
These are just people you don't know. That's it. We have a new presenting sponsor. We have a In Focus co-host.
Yeah. Hey.
This guy.
Yeah.
Jesse's back. We're getting along. We have a common enemy.
Back.
We have a common enemy now that we can't talk about.
Oh, but
not
we
at
could.
all.
But we could think about it.
He's not my enemy. I'm back from Florida. Jesse is back from Tejas.
Look at
How
us.
was Texas, by the way? I didn't even talk to you.
Texas was great. Yeah.
Excellent. You caught a bunch of fish, I saw.
Fish catching, puzzle doing, 1,000-piecers. Don't mind telling you that.
Theo, crapping in the toilet now. Huge news and a huge turd. I sent pictures.
You should have posted it online.
By the way, I sent pictures to 22 people of that toilet. Theo's first dump in the toilet, unassisted. That thing was taller than him. I was so happy, I texted everybody I knew, including
I will say,
you.
based on just his size, the ratio of that thing to him, it is Guinness book setting. Like, there is not a closer ratio.
I almost sent you one from the night before we left. It was equally as impressive.
What is?
But then we get back home, and he peed himself like 15 times. So it's a lot of hit and misses. He didn't sleep one single night through on the vacation. He slept one night. I'm sorry. Every other night, though, he'd wake up at midnight, and then like 2, and then 5 or 6.
Okay.
And even the first night home, same thing. And then last night was that's why I'm so amped up today.
Yeah.
Last night was the first night me and Hannah have slept all the way through the night. He slept from 8.
He's back to sleeping, but also back to peeing pants. It's a trade-off.
But he's peeing in the toilet, too. It's like he catches himself, then he goes pees in the toilet. So.
Okay. Does he ever
the playoffs
talk about cards? Or
He does. He said this weekend, he's like, Drake May MVP. So the playoffs are here.
He didn't say that.
I would love to do a little NFL big picture, but I would first like your sign-off on that. Make sure that's okay. New year.
Why not? Yeah,
They call me Yielding Mike this year, bud.
I'm
here
that?
for the team.
Oh, wow. 2026
I think
the year of yielding.
I'm not going to talk to you about it. I'm just going to show you.
Oh,
because on eBay Live,
words
words speak louder than actions, but actions do more than words. Is that?
Yeah, let's go to that segment you talked about.
All right. So the playoffs are now officially set. Yesterday was actually a pretty wild, ridiculous day. Just for some sports coverage.
Yes.
The Falcons win a useless game against the Saints, but that knocks the Bucs out because those idiots are in a 3-way tie, which now gives us Bryce Young in the playoffs.
Which that is something that I didn't think we would be saying this time last year.
And I'm going to circle back to that because I think there's a weird thing there.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, a ridiculous game. The Ravens march all. First of all, the Steelers, the guy literally slips and falls down. Aaron Rodgers throws a wide open touchdown to go up by 2 points. The donkey kicker for the Steelers then misses the extra point. Lamar leads them all the way back down, and their kicker misses the field goal to win and go to the playoffs.
Kickers have been a big focus in the last few games.
I hate kickers. Oh, also, though, you should not leave it up to a kicker. Like, the Ravens were terrible for about 20 consecutive minutes in the second half, so I have no sympathy. But that was pretty wild.
Unless you're Jacksonville's kicker. I think that he was the one who set the record for, like, second longest field goal.
Oh, did he?
Won
They
the game,
also
I think.
just destroyed. Did they play Tennessee?
Oh, no, yeah, it wasn't the game winning, but they won the game, yeah.
So, just real quickly, so your Broncos and your Seahawks, there's your 2 number 1, your 2 buys. The matchups we have this week, Texans are at the Steelers on Monday night.
That's tonight.
Yeah, that's the day after they just played. They're actually playing again. It's
that's
amazing.
tonight.
They're doing a 20-hour stretch now.
So it's not tonight? Is that what we're saying?
There
are no games tonight?
Doesn't start till Saturday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So here's a couple things I want to talk about. I love the Texans, by the way. I think the Steelers, and this actually ties in with eBay Live. I'm doing my big eBay Live show. New year, I'm back to work. Sunday night, I am selling Aaron Rodgers rookies on Sunday night before they play Monday.
Ooh, I like that.
Rodgers let him back. I think they're going to get smacked by the Texans.
What do we think about Aaron Rodgers' period? Like, as far as like rookie pricing goes, have you checked it recently?
Very little movement.
I was gonna say
That's what I mean. But at this point,
nothing?
the only nice thing is on eBay, like it's a live auction. You'll have a bunch of people in the room. Maybe we get a little hype and people start buying into, hey, he's going to win this game tomorrow night. I don't think there's a chance. Like, I think the Texans are that good defensively. They're going to be a nightmare for him to deal with. So I think the Texans win. I don't think there's a ton of upside with C.J. Stroud, though. He's won a playoff game in each of his first 2 seasons. I think they win one this year. He needs to win the next game, and then it gets weird. But just for all intensive card purposes, I am a seller on Aaron Rodgers right now. I think he's as relevant as he's ever going to be again until he retires and gets in the Hall of Fame.
Even then, keep going.
Yeah, and even then, I just don't. He's 42. He's very unliked. People do not love Aaron Rodgers.
I think he's got a crowd. I think he's got fans, but yeah, probably not as well liked as Patty Mahomes and a few others out there.
Yeah, so like when he's gone, I think he's just kind of largely forgotten. And he's also had a bad stretch at the end of his career. Injuries, played for a crappy Jets team. It's like, So I'm out on him. The other games in the AFC real quick. The Pats host the Chargers. I don't think this does anything if the Patriots win. Like, I think Drake May's pricing, his pricing, by the way, in December was up even, which is unbelievable. He is that good. I think he's actually going to win the MVP, which you could debate him and Stafford. Stafford had a better statistical season. Stafford has way, way more help. This guy was more accurate, much better running quarterback, and way less help. Another discussion for another argument for another day. But I think if the Patriots win, you have to. Like, to maintain his pricing, the Pats have to win. However, here's another weird game, which is kind of cool in almost every playoff game we see. I think almost every game, except for the Steelers-Texans, there's huge upside. I don't think no matter what happens in the Steelers-Texans game, I don't think there's a massive hobby implication.
Well, I was going to say, I did pull up Aaron Rodgers' pricing.
Please.
He did...
Slight increase, correct?
There's been a slight increase.
But nothing crazy.
So the last time his cards sold for $200 or over...
Are we talking a Topps?
So this was 2005.
Topps PSA 10? Okay.
So we're talking $200 on the dot, August 30th of this year. Last public sale since then... we had one on the 16th also for $200, but since then we've now gotten one on the 28th just a week ago for $205. That's the highest it's sold for in the last 6 months.
Yep.
Highest in the last year.
Yeah, I was going to say he was and I think this is a perfect chance because I think this is the time to unload him before an offseason. Maybe he retires, but again, if you retire now, it's not like it's this big thing. That's the one game, though, I just don't think there's upside for anybody.
Okay.
If Stroud wins, it's like, okay. If Rodgers wins, I think it keeps a little bit of momentum, but I think there's also a feeling that at some point the Steelers are getting smacked. They are the worst team in the playoffs in the AFC, in my opinion.
Stroud's pricing would be interesting. I think they'd have to probably win
a couple games.
Yeah, I was going to say a couple.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So this week for them kind of seems meaningless. The Pats-Chargers game, meaningless if the Patriots win. Unless Drake May sets some kind of record, 7 touchdowns. It's like something unbelievable, but I think the Patriots are just going to beat them. And Drake May's pricing is so high, it's like, yeah, he had to win to even maintain that. I think, again, he has to win 2-3 games, make a Super Bowl, something weird.
Okay.
To see an increase. But the first one I want to talk about, Justin Herbert. Guy's never won a playoff game. He's playing very well at times this year. If you go in and beat the Pats, they're already a 4-point underdog. You go into New England and win that playoff game, and that's your first. I think you could actually see Herbert's stuff go up.
Oh, I honestly think you're right because, I mean, there's been such a weird fandom for Justin Herbert ever since, I don't know, we started this podcast. And I feel I've always
he came out, he was like the first guy you probably heard of. Like, that was right when we started.
And it was just like he always performed well at times, but never consistently.
Yep.
Like you said, hadn't won a playoff game. So it was just like, but to see his pricing over the last few years, he's always been a little bit higher than what I would have expected given if it was someone else with the same stats. So
that's why, though, the talent factor, guys are like, if he ever puts it together, this kid's going to be top 5, top 3, unbelievable. He's not there yet, but he had a great season. And again, if you beat the Patriots, there's huge upside. So if you believe that, that's my first, like, hey, here's your massive upside buy of the week.
He's currently selling higher for a base PSA 10 of his rookie, which we're considering just a prism. Higher than CJ Stroud and Bryce Young.
What is his, $60? I don't even. Okay, $50.
What the last one sold at, but he's had a few in the last month that sold over 60.
Guys had $1 million sales, by the way.
That is weird to
ridiculous.
Say that, yeah.
Here's the one game I also think, again, same thing. Almost identical this next game, the Jags-Bills. Josh Allen is not supposed to lose to the Jaguars in 2026. He's just not. Like, I know they're going in as a 6 seed against a 3 seed. It doesn't matter. And they're a favorite in Vegas. If he wins that game, though, same as Drake winning, same as CJ Stroud, it's fine. You're supposed to win. You got to win. And for him, I think the ceiling's even higher. Like, you have to win a couple. But the flip side is weird. Dude, if Trevor Lawrence wins, and that is that's a Sunday night game, excuse me. If he wins that game, like they just had a crazy good season. Trevor Lawrence's market has been super down the past couple of years. Injuries, not playing good, a team that was crappy. If you beat the Bills round 1, I think there's a huge. So I'm actually selling Trevor Lawrence. Those are two guys I will have listed tonight in Sunday's show. I think they're going to upset the Bills. I'm selling Trevor Lawrence. And I think there's no better time to sell Rodgers because it's just going to be quiet after this. Yeah. So Trevor Lawrence and Rodgers are my two sales, but I think there's weird upside. If they beat the Bills, which we'll know the day before I go live, I think those prices are going to go nuts. And I would love to see that. That the Bills are still, to me, the scariest team in the AFC when they play right.
At this point in time, just looking at the Vegas odds, it does look like Stafford and Drake are the only two options as far as MVP goes. Yep. It's Stafford he's negative 175,
almost a pick 'em.
And then Drake May's
plus
like
220. Oh, really?
Yeah, about 150.
Even closer.
Yeah.
I think there's huge, weird potential upside with Trevor Lawrence. Just to hit the other side really quick.
Trevor Lawrence is third in that.
Is he really?
Plus.
Oh, he's
20,
past Josh Allen?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's and according to this, it's Drake May and then Trevor Lawrence and then Sam Darnold.
If John Cougar Mellencamp ever wins an Academy Award, you're looking at a very rich man. And if you get that quote, you're a very smart person. The NFC side, same thing. There's a couple of games here I just think are very whatever. The Rams are playing at the Panthers. Stafford, arguably the best season of his career, but they still go in as the 5 seed because Seattle's ridiculous. They are supposed to win that game. They are 10.5-point favorites. I think it was 5 weeks ago. Carolina beat them in Carolina, 31-28. They're 10.5-point favorites on the road. That's wild.
Did the Panthers lose somebody? Like what?
No, I think, but the Panthers also have been like a below 500 record. They're going in at 8-9.
Yeah.
I think the Rams are 12-5 or 12-5, 13-4. Ridiculous. Stafford's supposed to win that game after the season he had. If he wins, which I think they're going to, it doesn't change a thing. Now, flip side, if Bryce Young wins that game, dude, that's ridiculous. Bryce Young might have the highest ceiling of anybody else playing. To me, it's Bryce and Trevor Lawrence. If those two pull off the upset, it's stupid. Like, I think his pricing would blow up momentarily, by the way, because I don't think he can win again.
So Bryce Young would have a bigger increase than another 2023 quarterback, C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, because Stroud, we've seen it. Stroud's won a playoff game every year. Yeah. He's consistently been good. Yep. Bryce Young, there was times where, like, this guy shouldn't be a starter. Now he leads a team, albeit under 500, to the playoffs. You beat a team that a lot of people, myself, consider, including myself, I think the Rams are the best team in the NFC still. I know Seattle just beat them. I still think if I had to put money on one team, I think the Rams are coming out of the NFC. Bryce Young wins, crazy upside there. Man. Short term, but anyways.
Yeah, I think you're right.
The 3-6 matchup, this is the only game I think there is no upside here. The Eagles, so Jalen Hurts playing Brock Purdy. First of all, I think the Eagles are going to win, but we've seen him win a Super Bowl and his pricing is meh.
I was watching that.
It does hardly anything.
That San Francisco game the other day, and
they were terrible.
It was hard to watch. Torrey
went out out west for that game.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he was with Eddie last night.
Oh well,
he should have gone to Denny's for dinner instead of watching that crappy game.
I was watching it, rooting for. I wasn't rooting
for
against
Tyler.
No, I was rooting against. I was putting hexes on Tyler as much as I could.
It worked.
It did work.
They would have been the number 1 seed if they won that game.
Yeah.
Instead, they're the number 6. They go in as the 6th seed.
It is crazy how that. Yeah.
You go from having a bye week and home field throughout the playoffs to having to play at freaking Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia's going to beat them. But again, for all intents and purposes, I don't know who benefits from that.
Yeah.
Philly winning, I don't think does any. Like I said,
there's a lot of confidence in Brock. Like I mean, at this point in time, even if they win one game, I still question because they've been to a Super Bowl. I mean,
that's what I mean. I don't think there's upside no matter who wins. I think there's potential with upside of certain people. Ricky Pearsall, the receiver for the Niners who missed last week. If he comes back and has a great game, I could see his market taking a jump. If Christian McCaffrey goes off, or Saquon, by the way, either of the running back goes nuts.
Yeah,
I could see that. I don't think there's upside with either of the quarterbacks though. Even like Cooper DeJean, people love him because he's a white cornerback. Like he is the Larry Bird of the NFL. Like. If he has a huge interception, a pick six, something weird happens, I think his market could jump. But quarterback-wise, I don't think there's anybody there moving the market. And the last one, the Bears-Packers. Caleb Williams.
That'll be interesting.
Dude, Caleb there's times he is phenomenal. I do really wonder if he plays really, really well on that stage, his pricing could close the gap with Drake. Because that's the nice thing. You've got a guy in your class, an exact contemporary Drake May, selling for so much more than you are, apples to apples. You go out and beat the Packers, think there's huge upside there. If Jordan Love pulls off the upset, maybe a little bit of upside, maybe. Ooh. But I don't think there's a ton there.
I love Card Ladder has added in Drake May and Caleb. So I can finally pull them up in the comparison.
Excellent.
Drake May's pricing is
he about
steep?
Is he about 2-1 over Caleb? Do you have individual cards or no?
Yeah. I've got Prism PSA 10s pulled up for each of them. So Caleb is sitting at last
70?
sale. No, 120.
Oh, okay.
120.
Where's the Drake?
Drake is at 272.
Oh, so over 2.5 times almost.
Yeah. The only one in between them is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and in Aaron Rodgers.
The pricing wise, he's at 189. He's only one that sells for between them.
For what card though?
The tops.
For his tops rookie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Okay. I was gonna say he doesn't have a Prism rookie.
Sorry.
Yeah, and it's true. Like in general, Drake is 2 to 3x Caleb Williams. Caleb's going as a 2 seed as well. Had a great season, not as great as Drake's, but a very good season. You go in and beat the Packers. That kid wins a playoff game. I think there's a little upside. It's not a Bryce Young thing.
Yeah.
They're the favorite. I think they're going to beat the Packers. But again, that's a pretty nice sign. So my whole point is I think there's some really weird plays. Like I think you could buy Bryce Young right now and have I would buy a nice Bryce Young, a few $100s. I'd buy a nice rookie patch auto of Bryce Young or a nice rookie and think nothing of it. Because if they win, great, I'll flip it next week. If they lose, so what? His market hasn't really exploded anyways. Caleb's almost the same way. As good as a season as Caleb's had in the team, kind of like, I don't know. Like, if they lose to the Packers, I still go in next season thinking the Bears could easily be a top 3 seed in the NFC.
Honestly, Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud both are buys for
Stroud's
me.
another one, yeah.
Because it's like, he's already at, what did we say?
Super
$30.
low. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to fall much more. And
I agree. But Drake May scares me. Drake May loses to the Chargers. It's going to be a massive sell-off.
Oh, yeah.
Stafford loses to the Panthers. Massive fall-off.
I'll just show this real quick. That is the chart.
Show that chart, Jesse.
You see that? See that far right side?
It's like a ladder.
It's
gone
ladder. Straight up since October, pretty much.
As it should.
Got nowhere to go but fall.
As it should. But
if
again,
now you are holding him, I think you drop him as soon as you think they're not going to go any further, or even maybe.
Here's where it gets tough, and actually it works out perfect, and we can move on to the next subject. But so if they win, NFL reseeds. So like the number 1 seed Broncos will play the worst team available to play. So if the Chargers win, the Drake May conversation is over. You've missed your window. You're done. Let's just go on the notion though the Patriots are going to win.
Yeah,
they cannot play the Bills in the second round, which is awesome because the Bills are the most feared team. Now, granted, you may have to play the Texans, who have a crazy defense, but you don't get stuck playing the Bills. I think the Pats have as good a chance of almost anybody to make the Super Bowl, quite frankly. But the fact that you don't have to play the Bills, if at all, until the AFC Championship, not a bad thing.
Do we ever think there should be a change in how they do this? Like as far as the fact that you've got like teams like Panthers going in who have a, like you said, less than 500 record.
Yes and no.
You got teams
Division means everything.
Yeah, it just stinks because it's like I would like to see the best of the best. You know what I mean? But that's just a humble man's opinion. I won't die on that hill.
There are no humble men in this room. Okay, that was my big picture. So there you go.
The only one I was trying to find was the Bo Nix pricing. I'm just trying to see if there's any PSA 10.
He's pretty close to Caleb.
At
least he was.
Let's see.
So a 10
season of his just sold for
68.
85.
Oh, so he's slightly above Caleb.
Yeah, 2024 Prism.
Doesn't have nearly the skill set or talent Caleb has, but he's very, very good, and the team's won 1 trillion games. So
that would be the most recent. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Bo Nix is an interesting guy. His pricing is probably very similar, right? As far as like going straight up, or at least very.
The only difference is he had a very good end of the year. Drake ended on a team that was crappy and he was like very average.
Yeah.
So Drake has a much more dramatic increase this year.
Okay.
But yeah.
So we're having a bit of a non-sport thing on this pod. It feels weird to talk about because
doesn't feel weird.
It feels great for me.
I'm gonna check out.
It feels really great for me. Aaron Abrams, the director of entertainment and pop culture cards over at Topps, is joining the pod. Going to talk a little bit about some of their more recent releases. That'll be exciting. We've got that coming up. I did want to talk about like some gem rate numbers as well coming up here, but. Given our time, I didn't know how much time we wanted to spend on any of that unless you had like a little thing.
Let me do the TikTok thing. I just told you just before the show. I bought into a break on TikTok, not even meaning to. I think it's Kyle. Breaks with Kyle is the name.
Okay.
He does he probably does other stuff too. He's doing all repacks that night. Mm-hmm. And I've never seen somebody do this before with repacks because a lot of people crap on repacks, as they should. Repacks are garbage. I actually invited him to come on the show one day too to talk about this. So he does the repack, and a lot of it was single box. So it's one card, selling it by the division. So like a lot of guys are going to skunk, only one person's going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he opens the card, though, he just pulls up, I think it was Card Ladder, and he literally comps the card for you right there.
Oh, okay.
He's making the repack, and he's comping it. I was like, this is great. Like, transparency is by far the most...
Oh, I thought you were going to say something bad about it. You didn't...
No,
like
I mean it. And then I'm pretty sure he offers a buyback as well, which I've said, you can't be in there yelling about values. Oh, it's a $1,000 card. Oh, well, then you'd be happy to buy it for $700, right? And most breaks are like, well, we don't buy back stuff. This dude literally comps it on screen.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is phenomenal. Like, I don't care if you like breaking, hate breaking. We don't work with Kyle. I'm not getting paid to talk about him. I thought it was the most transparent, well-run repack show I've ever seen.
Oh, cool.
There was no exaggerating. There was no screaming. There was no bull crap. It was literally just a dude making a product, selling it, and then giving you an actual value of what it was worth. I know it sounds like a small thing.
I wonder how long that takes him to do that, like all live. I mean, because you're doing
seconds. Just
yeah.
Jerry Rice PSA 7. Boom.
Yeah.
He also points it up at the camera. I want to talk to him about this more than anything. When he does his video, he's like, these right here. He's got like a very Trumpian way almost of speaking. It's kind of funny.
Trumpian way.
I want to make fun of him. I can't say a bunch of nice stuff about the guy. Jeez.
Florida, you also went to a card shop out there.
That's a whole story.
That's a whole thing?
I'm not rushing
Not long enough.
Nope.
Okay.
That also will feature, though, I think the biggest seller on eBay Live. That is not by design. It's just none of them knew who I was, so
Which is funny because I think they do know who we are. I get messages from...
I got 2 messages from guys after we left saying, hey, were you just in the shop at PCB Hobby? I was like, yep. Like, oh, you were with like your mom. We don't want to come say hi. I was with my mother-in-law, Leanne. Yeah. We went nuts.
You guys bought a lot?
Oh, yeah.
I saw your post. I thought
I spent like
Allen and Ginter.
I spent like $3,000. By the way, first box she opened.
$3,000?
Yeah, and then we hit up another shop and I bought some Cosmic. Yeah.
Dear
fun
God.
time. You got to put your money where your mouth is.
I look forward to hearing what you
Leanne,
bought
however, bought Taco Bell on the way home.
Well, what'd you get? No, I don't care about the cards.
Chicken and cheese quesadilla.
Oh,
but she got that bill. I got stuck with the $3,600 bill, but she paid that, so it was good.
Did she hit it? Oh, I saw what
she pulled some cool. She pulled a nice Otani. I'm selling
it.
all the singles, so I kept those. Obviously.
Oh, you did?
She didn't want them. She's like, I want some of these old. Like she pulled like a Mickey Mantle base card and a Babe Ruth. She's like, I love these old guys. Like,
oh, cool.
Great, take them. We had fun. We did have a good time.
Sucker, Aunt Leanne.
It was great though. At the end, I was like, man, we got like 50 cards that are like top loaded, like $1 to $7 cards. And last year we did this. We gave them all away to kids in the place.
Yeah.
As soon as we got up to leave, everybody disappeared. I was like, well, I guess we're bringing these all home now.
Jeez.
So, yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, the only experience I have with cards was on the last day before we left. I found and I talked about it on the other show, but I found a sign, just a yard sale sign, it looked like. Someone handwritten sign. It said sports cards,
really,
non-sports cards, here's the address. And I was just like, well, I'm driving, so we're going to this.
Sure.
I had my aunt and cousin and my wife and daughter in the car, so it was just me and driving Miss Daisy's, and I took them to this, I was told was a sketchier part of town. It seemed fine to me.
You had Pooh Bear and Rachel with you?
Oh, I had the Pooh Bear and Rachel with me. Okay. We pull over it's a house. It's somebody's house. I knock on the door. Some very large dogs bark very loudly, and I'm like, oh, nobody's coming. I hit the Ring doorbell. Battery's dead. So I'm like, well,
okay.
I'm going to go back to my car. I think we're just going to head off. And as I'm doing that, someone comes to the door, comes outside.
They have guns?
And no, it was a friendly young man who he's like, he tells me all the Pokemon he's got. That's the non-sport. And I was like, oh, do you have anything like non-TCG non-sport? And he's like, I got Star Wars cards. And I was like, show me, baby. So he goes in, opens the garage door. By this time, his dad pulls in, which he was a larger man.
How old is this person?
That guy was probably like late teens, early 20s.
Okay, so he should still be living at home. Okay.
Yeah. I think it was appropriate. But then the dad comes home.
Portly.
He was a larger man, but he was also
tall?
like, it felt like he worked with his hands.
What's the height? Give me the height.
At least 6.
Oh,
yeah.
Not like Jesse size.
No, not as tall, but yeah, I wouldn't necessarily want to run into him in a dark alley. You know what I mean? So
he'd kill the 2 of us. You can say it.
That being said, he did have his own Star Wars collection. He was actually saying,
dad.
Well, that was what was funny. He's like, he brings me into the house. He shows me around like some of their collectibles. And
his hand was on my shoulder.
It was very hot.
Yeah.
They
said,
were like,
have some of this barbecue.
We used to mainly do sports cards, and now we're moving into non-sports. Because he said, like, his words were, like, there are just so many people doing the sports card selling and flipping and all that stuff that they've just found more value on the non-sports side.
Really?
So that's why they've
This
been
guy's
putting the
working
push.
on an oil rig, slaughtering cow with his bare hand to make brisket out of it.
Oh.
And then in the evening, he's like, you know what? Let's rip some Yoda packs.
You know what would look really good with this? A Padme.
I was trying to think
bought a Padme.
I was trying to think of a random one.
I did buy a bunch of
Jar Jar Binks.
I got some crazy good deals from him, honestly,
Sure.
including a Padme sketch for like $30. Don't mind
That
telling
card's
you.
worth at least 35.
Speaking of all non-sport, I think it's time.
Aaron Abrams is here. Not CJ, not JJ, which you don't even know who JJ Abrams is. We have Aaron Abrams, A.A. Abrams. See that? One of the only first names in the American language, English language, that has two vowels to start. Aaron.
What is Aaron Abrams' title?
AAA.
Director of Culture and Entertainment at Topps. Thank you, Aaron Abrams, for joining the podcast. How are you today, sir?
Great. Look at that intro. What a great little opening. Preeminent Abrams. What a group of people.
He's on my Rushmore of Abrams. I can say that.
Who's your fourth one?
None of your business.
We'll save that one for
save
later.
Save it for the show.
Aaron Abrams has joined the show first time. I think he's been on Sports Cards Nonsense. This is actually a fun experience because we have not talked much non-sport in a little while. To start the year out, I can only imagine how involved Mike is going to be. I'm hoping
I've done my piece here.
I'm hoping you still get involved. But that being said,
I did the open.
Aaron, thank you for coming on because there's been a number of releases in December and now we're entering January with, I guess, Marvel, Pixar. We've got Star Wars coming out the wazoo. Tell me, what is your most happy product? Like the one you're the most excited about?
What's your most happy product?
What's the one you're most happy about? I was going to say that I realized it didn't sound as good.
From what's released so far, this has been, of course, I think internally one of the most anticipated products, the Marvel Studios Chrome product, just because it's something we haven't really touched before. We've done publishing products for Marvel, but we've never really stepped into the MCU world of things and really got to explore there. So there's a lot of anticipation, a lot of cool ideation. Ken James, who's actually the product manager for this one, has been knocking on my door almost daily, trying to get me pumped up, giving me hey, this is coming next week. Can't wait for people to see this. So I would say Marvel Studios Chrome is probably the big one for us right now. But there's a ton of great releases we've had. I think you guys have seen Galaxy has been gangbusters. Hyperspace was great this year. We got Pixar Gold just around the corner. So everything is kind of starting to flow for us. Super excited to see what people think.
I'm actually really excited that you guys have been doing this little tease. I like it, and as a breaker, I don't always like it, but where you've been leaving some things off the checklist where you'll release as a big, exciting tease, like for, say, the Pixar Gold that comes out this week, you guys kind of held back that you were going to have the dual auto of Tim Allen and Tom Hanks doing Woody and Buzz.
Toy Story's in this one?
Yeah, in the Pixar one. That
the
comes
first
out this
line of the original Toy Story?
I don't know.
Pull my string, the birthday party's today. That's what he says. First line of the movie.
So that being said, okay. I think it's pretty cool that you guys are having these dual autos come out. Is that something you guys are consciously making an effort to kind of leave things off to leave a tease, or is this just kind of one of those where you've added it later on just because maybe it got left off for some reason?
I think it depends. Some of them are very consciously separated for special products. So there's a reason to really go chase that card in Pixar Gold compared to, we did Disney Chrome where both of them were signers before. But you always want to keep a little bit of powder to kind of keep people excited about new products too. And then sometimes it's just the nature of we get autographs back from talent at the right time and we can put them in product. One where it's maybe only a single signer and one where later on in product, we have them just in time to get duals, triples, quads, whatnot.
I would love to know what gets left on the cutting room floor because you guys weren't able to say get an auto in. What could have been if the signer got their stuff back? Is that ever something you can talk about?
Well, it's kind of there's so many different things that go into what the final checklist ends up being. That being one of them. I actually got a fun little story about how we pulled off the Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman of it all with those on cards. So shouts out to our talent partnership head over there, Keith Rothschild, who got these autographs in. He loves the show. He keeps trying to get me to connect to you guys so that he can get on the show. But But
That's
he
cool.
actually drove up. So it was a 2-day affair to get both of these guys to sign with 1 day buffer to get it in the product live. So he drove all the way upstate to Ryan Reynolds' place, got him to sign on card. He put someone on an airplane, a courier on an airplane with the dual cards that they were both supposed to sign. That person the next day ends up in Los Angeles at a Four Seasons with Hugh Jackman signing the rest of that card. That person then has to get on another airplane over to our Texas facility to pack it out. So this all happened in the span of like 2 to 3 days. If it didn't hit that deadline, you wouldn't have seen them live in product. So it was all very kind of like fly by night. We all made it happen by the seat of our pants. But very rare occurrence where those type of things happen. But it was definitely kind of an exciting saga to be witnessing from an email chain of like, did he make it? Tracking their flights, trying to see if they got all that stuff done. But yeah, that's kind of a little sneak peek behind how we get some of those in product sometimes.
The Marvel product that is released, I feel like, I don't know if, I know you can't say like product numbers and things like that, but I feel like there wasn't as much of that product as I was expecting, because when it released, I was out of town because I didn't realize the release date was what it was. And when I came back in town on the Sunday after release, everybody's product was out. Like everybody had run through, every breaker that was online had run through it all. So I was the only one on selling on a Sunday. And I mean, I haven't run through a product that quickly in a very long time. I didn't realize the demand was what it was. Like even like Bucky Barnes, which you would consider, he's still a popular character.
The
but like,
Winter Soldier.
Thank you. I knew Mike would know who that was. But like a real life auto for Bucky Barnes, it's like they're going for much higher, multiple hundreds of dollars that I didn't really expect to see. So I'm glad that there's like so much demand, but I'm also curious if that's just because it's a much less printed product or if it's just that popular.
No, I would say it's a number of things. To be honest, like the demands and how fast that product moved even kind of surprised us. Again, we're very confident in our products, but that stuff, like you said, was gone overnight. I think right now value boxes are probably the only thing that are still available out there, and people are still breaking through stuff. But I think it's a testament to some of the designs that we got in there, and also the signers checklist is one of the most prolific I think I've ever seen. We have some first-time signers like Anthony Hopkins. We got Henry Cavill, most famously for Marvel, Henry Cavill, and then Gwyneth Paltrow and Vincent D'Onofrio. Guys, there are people that haven't signed before. So we got a lot of people excited. And then, of course, since probably the last time they've been in product, like you noted, there's people like Sebastian Stan who have just had more acclaim as actors in the entertainment business. So those autographs, of course, always go up in value. Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, first time that they've ever signed for a Deadpool-specific product. All that stuff, I think, just goes to kind of the mystique and prestige of the product and kind of gets people all hyped up and riled up on it.
Well, and I noticed, too, like, so going back to, say, that dual auto with Tim Allen and Tom Hanks for Toy Story, you guys made a post about it, and I think Pixar did a collab with that on Instagram, which I was like, oh, Pixar, like the big Pixar account is posting about this. That's going to get a lot more eyes on it. And you're coming on this pod, which is notoriously a sports card podcast, but you're obviously, there's a lot of crossover and collectors that would be interested in these kinds of cards. Are you guys really making a push for like expanding out to new areas of like people who are either interested in the IP and or people who are already collecting to get them to notice what's going on? Because I feel like that's still a real thing in the non-sport world, is getting more eyes on the product.
Yeah, I think that's been one of the biggest pushes. Like that's kind of the next or the final, not the final frontier, but the next frontier of how we really grow the non-sports side is reaching people who don't know that these cards exist. I think everyone grows up knowing that baseball cards exist, basketball cards exist, whatnot. But I think a lot of the biggest fans of some of this IP have no idea that these cards are really out there. So our ability to really work with Disney, like you said, Pixar co-posted that Pixar Gold post. You have the Marvel team, the Deadpool account, and the Wolverine account co-posting the Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds signed cards. You've got the Marvel main account co-posting some of that stuff. Like we're reaching audiences that don't even think about trading cards, but are now extremely interested. I have people that I've talked to, my friends and family, who've never thought twice about buying a pack of cards that send me a picture. Hey, should I buy this one? Hey, is this the right one to buy? So you can kind of see the tide turning a little bit. that more and more people are getting into not just the hobby space, but specifically the entertainment card space, because we've talked about this before. I would say baseball fans, there's a finite market. Basketball fans, there's a finite market. Entertainment, like everyone goes to the movies to watch the new Marvel movie that comes out. Everyone goes to the movies to watch the new Pixar Disney movie that comes out. It's all about tapping into those people and really getting them excited about something new that they can collect. So I think it's all there. We just need to keep digging and getting those people onto the trading card side of the world.
I love that you guys
Join
are
us.
doing it. Honestly, yeah, you sounded very cultish right there, and I'm okay with that.
I've been on both sides. You make more money as a cult leader, but it's more fun as a cult
fun.
follower.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still here.
It's easier as a cult follower.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. Thank you.
Wow, did he just best you at an office quote?
I'm not sure. It's I'm going to Google the quote.
The idea of you guys doing this like kind of push into other areas, I think that speaks loudly when what you guys did with the Disney Chrome product this year, which Disney Chrome Product of the Year with the Poppy Awards. Congratulations. I don't know
Thank you.
You've received the physical award yet. That is something that is coming at some point. And
It's in the mail, right?
yeah, it is in the mail. Keep your eyes peeled. But the Disney Chrome product obviously has been a fan favorite among the non-sport community, but it is really cool to see how much it's expanding. And you guys are making that push with the whole MLB crossover cards, like where you did the Mickey, the Donald, and Goofy into, like, I think it was a Topps Chrome Update, I believe is where you guys ended up releasing those as well. But I love that kind of like crossover appeal. Are you guys, I don't know. Am I allowed to ask if you guys have more plans to do that in the future?
I would say I think we can keep it somewhat vague, but definitely know that everything that's worth exploring, we are exploring. So anything that you know that we're currently working with, licenses, whatnot, whether it happens or not is one thing, but if we're exploring it or not, just know that we definitely are.
I want to see you guys do more content with the actual ball players and getting them, like they're always doing like Pokemon stuff. I feel like every time I see an MLB player talking about the cards they collect, if it's not like the actual baseball or football or it's basketball, whatever it is they play, it's Pokemon. But now I want to see them collecting like some Disney and Star Wars and Marvel cards and anything else out there in the non-sport world. I think that would be some really cool content. Just an idea, but if you guys aren't already pursuing it, it seems like low-hanging fruit.
I think, again, that's the cool thing is a lot of the people I see, a lot of the athletes, like they don't necessarily collect their own sport, but they delve into, like you said, Pokemon, and they delve into like Disney Chrome. I think Kike Hernandez, within a week of winning the World Series, also one of my favorite players, is he was posting that he hit the Bell Superfractor. Like that, and he was posting all about it on his story. Yeah, so it's like, wow, that's crazy. That's awesome that someone that just came off of winning another World Series is mainly focusing on, I just pulled the Bell Superfractor and I'm going to go get it graded and see if I can sell it type thing. Like I would have never expected that, but I see stories like that pop up all the time.
I would have liked to, honestly, I would love to see, Mike, you get into any of these, just opening up a box. I feel like you like Star Wars enough that you could actually appreciate some of those Star Wars cards.
Nobody? That was my response.
I'm waiting for someone to say something.
Absolutely not.
Why?
I don't care for it. I don't like it.
Here's the thing. It's okay if you don't like it.
You only hurt my
like it,
feelings a little bit there. It's all good.
I don't care for it.
I'll tell you this, a fun little anecdote. Funny enough, so, we sometimes send product to athletes because they ask for it, or we have like good partnerships with them. Victor Wembanyama, the product he asked for the most is Star Wars. He wants to open up Star Wars product. His favorite character is Obi-Wan Kenobi. So like it's really cool to see him like, hey, you could get football, basketball, baseball. Nope, they want Star Wars. He wants Star Wars specifically, which I think is really fun.
You bring back
So you could be like
Star
Victor.
Wars.
Yeah.
You bring back this. There's a lot of things I hate about Wembanyama. That height to start with. You bring back Decipher Star Wars, the game, and I'm in.
The board game. There was cards involved, I'm sure.
There's not a board involved, though, sweetheart. So stay in your lane.
The idea that Wembanyama is into Star Wars cards, and I can't even get Mike to look at them, but the fact that he's into them, it is kind of cool to know, like, this is not a world that is reserved for the nerd community as
I wouldn't say that.
would
Nope.
posture. But I do think that this is where the question comes in. It's like, what is easier to convert someone who is a collector or a fan of the IP into that card collector? So, like, if I took a Star Wars card or a box of Star Wars, what's easier to get someone into it? Someone who's a collector, but they don't collect non-sports stuff? Or is it easier for someone who loves Star Wars, but they're not a big collector, to get into it? I thought about that over the weekend or over the last holiday week, and I'm like, it is something that you really should think about, because it's like that's where you really want to focus the more time and effort, is either to the collector or to the person who loves the IP. And I'm sure the answer is probably both, but there's got to be like an easier path to get them to collect one of those two.
Well, I would say, yeah, like, again, the political answer, both. And like you said, that's probably the right answer. But I would say for one side, it depends on what they're collecting for. The existing collectors are jumping into the entertainment space, I would say, because there's still a lot of value there. And there's a lot of like really cool things to chase. And, some of them are flippers, and there's a lot of liquidity to some of those cards. Whereas the people just coming to that space because they love the IP are buying, base cards for 50 cents or $1 that, a lot of people don't really do anymore because they love the IP, and they're kind of reinvigorating that space, I would say. Low number or high number parallels, all the way to low number parallels for certain characters, where there is definitely like a higher ceiling, I would say, for sports. There's more of, I would say, a consistent average of secondary market sales price for entertainment, because they're evergreen. Those characters like Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, those kind of guys, they're always going to be fan favorites. There's always going to be a Darth Vader fan that wants the red or the orange or the blue, whatever that ends up being. And the more people that start to kind of come into that world, I think it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and the opportunity is going to get bigger for people that aren't into that stuff too. So I would say it's probably a little bit of both.
Well, very nice. I appreciate you coming on here and talking about this, Aaron. I did have one last question for you, though. Of the different products that you guys put out between Star Wars and Marvel and SpongeBob and a few others that you guys had ended up making in 2025, you guys won quite a few awards from those Poppy Awards that we did on the Hobby Nonsense pod. That was very cool. One of the ones I really liked, and I was kind of curious about, it was the best insert card in all of those sets, and the
Wolverine.
the one that ended up winning was the claw one. Yeah, the Wolverine claw mark die cut.
See, I know.
From Topps.
Things.
I know you do. I was never questioning.
I know things.
But the Topps Chrome Marvel product, you guys had those die cut lines in there. I think that honestly is maybe my favorite, but I was curious, did you have a favorite insert in the products that you guys put out in 2025?
Yeah, there's so many. The Claude Chrome was probably the most prominent, and shouts out to Tim O'Sullivan, who but he also works on the soccer side of things. He's the one that originated that, and it's what a hell of a concept and what that's turned into. I would say there's a lot of really cool things that we've been able to do. The SpongeBob cards are some of my favorite, though. The all Chrome cards from that episode where he was stuck in the Chrome universe, some of the PETG like driver's license cards, the SpongeBob's wallet cards. I think some of those were really great. The pretty patties, which people don't really know about because they're all true one-of-ones, but we had something like 75 true one-of-one pieces of art, all of them being different Krabby Patties with different motifs and styles. Again, that's awesome. True one-of-one. So yeah, people don't really know about those because they're so hidden in product and because they're so rare, but they exist.
I never even pulled one. I didn't know that it existed. I thought you were going to say the Squidward gallery ones, because those were selling for I think upwards of close to 20,000.
We had a lot of fun with those. Those were a lot of fun. Again, working with the SpongeBob team, they're super receptive and open to a lot of cool new ideas. So it's a lot easier for us to pull off some of those weirder kind of out there things. So we had a lot of fun with that. I would say on the Disney side of things, just in general, being able to get some of those voice actor autos in was a lot of fun too. We got a lot of cool things planned for 2026 as well. But the ones I can't really talk about yet that you'll see in Pixar Gold, there's a lot of really fun concepts there that we can talk about maybe next time. But can't really speak too much to it yet. But just know that there's some really cool stuff on the horizon.
We're 2 days away. I want to know really bad. If anybody wants to find out, I'm breaking on Fanatics Live starting at 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. Come check it out.
What time Mountain?
It's 7 and then 6
we're good.
on Pacific.
Nope, we're good.
Aaron, thank you for the tease on the Pixar Gold. I am really excited
Thank him
about
for that. He said there's something coming out. We can't tell you about it.
It's fun to know that there's at least something planned.
Absolutely not.
Listen,
thank you for coming. Thank you for working with the limited tech.
I love to know that there's something that I get to be excited about.
I retract that.
And Jesse, I'm sure you'll hit all the one-of-ones from the loaded boxes that we send you, just like the one-of-one.
Now, how do we get some of those?
Let me go ahead and do this because I called my shot last time when Aaron came on. I called that I was going to hit the one and only Walt.
Can I guess what it is?
I'm going to go ahead and say I'm getting the 101.
Okay, so no.
Go ahead. Yeah, what's the one?
We're going to call the shot now. Wednesday morning, car accident coming back from breakfast. Can't go live. Is that where you were going?
That's why you don't get to call shots.
Is that where you were going?
No, I'm pulling the one of one
and that's
Woody
not
and Buzz.
That's not a shot. That's the airbag going off. That's
one of one Woody and Buzz. Come over and check it out. Hobby Nonsense on Fanatics Live. Aaron Abrams, Director of Entertainment and Culture Cards over at Topps. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Really do appreciate it.
Thanks, fellas. Love being on here. Anytime.
All right, man. See ya.
We'll see you soon. All right, there you go. Aaron Abrams from Topps. Appreciate him coming. Oh. And there you go, Aaron Abrams from Topps. I started talking without realizing that we were recording back again, so that's fun. I appreciate you, Michael, being open to having a non-sport conversation.
2026, Mike. Yielding Mike. Also, for being patient, not losing my mind over the tech stuff. Normally, I would have just said, hey, try again.
You did great.
Get out.
You did great. Patience is key. And
Zach, I'm going to tell you this. Zach. I put this on Zach. We need internet and microphone, Zach. That we got a little prep ahead of time.
I will say that's always
calm
helpful.
Mike. You know what I like to refer to myself as? CC, calm and controlled Mike. CCC, calm, cool, controlled Mike.
My dog's name's CC.
That dog is
calm
because she's about to die.
Don't you dare speak ill of her.
The only dog in the world that's never run.
She runs all the time.
Quadriplegic dogs that run more than that thing does.
You don't know anything about her. She's in shape. Doctor said so. I just wanted to do gym rate, if that's
Please,
okay.
I would love to hear it. Honestly, I am so impressed with myself for being patient. I can't even think. So give me some numbers, buddy.
So the reason why
I'm going to kill myself
was because I thought the numbers were interesting compared to what we've been talking about with grading as of recently. So pulling up the December month-end numbers.
Diciembre for our Spanish audience.
Thank you. Year over year, Beckett numbers. And SGC numbers and CGC and PSA, all those numbers. The year-over-year numbers for December I thought were very interesting, specifically because I thought we'd see a decrease in Beckett already. Now, month-over-month, there was a decrease. It was down 3%.
I think it's pronounced a decrease, not decrease. Like there's a decrease in the paper, not a decrease in numbers.
There was a decrease
there you go.
In Beckett numbers, 3% month-over-month. They did 72,000. But year over year, it was up 91%.
How did it even? Were they shut down last year?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what happened.
Stupid.
I don't think it was completely shut down. Actually, it would be right here. We can just look. So December numbers of last year, 2024, they did 38,000. Let me see if there's any note. There doesn't appear to be any note as to why they did 38,000. So obviously, no matter what you want to say about it, at least at this point, we have not seen a dramatic shutdown in Beckett's grading. January, I think, will be the real test because I would assume they would have already had
February.
lot of those numbers.
Well, yeah, you already had that stuff in hand. We'll start to see it now.
CGC numbers are actually kind of crazy to me. But
Give me the sports numbers, though.
Okay, sure.
Because that tells a very different story with CGC.
So sports numbers, they did 48,000. That's not a crazy number, but it is high enough to be second place behind PSA.
Isn't that crazy? SGC used to be second with 150,000 sports.
Yep.
Sheesh.
SGC is at 38,000. Month over month, they are, which is up, actually, month over month. Year over year, obviously down. But the fact that they did 38,000, whereas I think last month,
36.
I thought it was 31, but yeah, 35.
Oh, 35, okay. I know them and Beck were 35, 36 last month.
Oh, 34 actually in sports. So, yeah. The numbers, though, for CGC for sports was only 48,000. Again, that's compared to PSA's 615,000. I was talking to a guy who went to some shows over the last couple of weeks. He said that the demand was insane for the PSA graded cards.
Bryce?
No, this was this was someone else.
Off the record?
No. I just
who are we talking about?
Let me make sure I don't have any. I'm making sure I actually remember which person I did have this conversation with. Okay, yeah, it was him. His name's Josh.
Josh. Do I know Josh?
Yeah, I think so. Josh Epstein. I don't think.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. Yeah, okay. Well, I thought there was something there. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to pry.
No. I just didn't.
I will yield to your judgment on whether we leave the name or not. Obviously.
Sometimes I don't know if they want their names given, but he was saying how he went to a card show and that there was crazy demand for PSA slaps, and that was all that they really had there. Ray went to another show. He said the majority was PSA slaps. That was all I was there. The reason I'm bringing this up is like. People, we're now a few weeks removed, almost a month removed from the big news of, PSA buying Beckett and everybody up in arms about it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, but that's still what primarily is getting sold at these shows. Now, granted, I get that if you're going to start using another break or another grader, you got to have time to send it off, get it back and all that stuff. But this is something where I thought we could kind of make notes of as we go throughout this year. What are people continuing to do or change as far as grading goes? Because this is where we're starting the year. We are ending 2025 at some high notes for PSA, CGC. Beckett obviously is higher than they were last year, but I think this is kind of a good idea to see where do we go from here through 2026.
Yeah, because again, the issue with SGC is they were crushing it and doing really, really well, and then it was just a very slow drainage until just about the point of death. Beckett was already at death's doorstep and they got bought. Mm-hmm. I would love to think, I don't think this will happen, but I hope I'm wrong. I'm hoping, like we do this every month, you're like, hey, their numbers are going back up. That would be the best thing, absolutely. Well,
and
I hope that happens.
I was mentioning what SGC's numbers were. I said 38, but that was actually just for sports and non-sports. They actually did do 41. Their month-over-month increase was 17%, so it was higher than anybody else. Now, granted, again,
you bottomed
it's a smaller number,
right?
But it's like, my thinking is if it's not decreasing, then it's a positive sign that this isn't going to be what we see with Beckett where everyone's just saying, oh, it's just going to be crushed and they're going to basically put them out of business. I think that's a good sign that if you see SGC not being put out of business, if anything growing, maybe it's a good sign for Beckett.
Yeah, but again, relative. 150,000 a year ago.
Again, yeah, but they also fell off much more. At this point, we haven't seen them fall off. But it's something that if my thinking is different than a lot of people's as far as like what do I think that Beckett or PSA will do with these sub companies, I want to be, put my money where my mouth is, talk about it, keep an eye on it. And that's actually, I'll call a spade a spade. If I'm wrong, I'll call it out. But at this point, first month out from the news, numbers don't seem all that crazy, but, we have to have time.
It's going to take a few months.
But at least we know where we're starting.
I like it. All right, mailbag. Let's go. Let's do this.
You didn't want to do the story?
I don't want to rush it. I'm annoyed. Not you, by the way. I'm annoyed at the situation. It's nobody's fault.
No
Bad
worries.
Audio is the worst thing could ever happen in the history of podcasting, though.
It's not, at least it's better than what it would have been. We got that. Think about that positive.
You know what? I'm thinking about the positive.
Glass half full. So
I'm trying to find a way to get my head in that glass and drown myself. In a positive, with a smile, though.
With a smile on your face, and you would do it.
If you kill yourself while smiling, you're not even upset. You're just happy. Here we go.
The mailbag that we have was for 2025 year end. That's what I think a lot of these were kind of focused around, but we can obviously talk about how it affects 2026 as well.
But, buddy, I'm just here to follow your lead.
Well, if you're open.
I tell you what, you play a little tune, and I'm going to do a little dance. So, Texas, that was the accent.
I thought it was Florida Panhandle. It was still good no matter what.
I didn't talk to anybody in Florida. That's not true. Me and Zach went to the Columbia. I can't tell the story. Actually, it's ridiculous.
Oh, no, I want to know.
Me and Zach were in Columbia because he's a redneck, my brother-in-law, and he wanted to buy like some windbreaker. I don't even know what he was buying, some camo thing probably. I walk by, and there's 4 Asian women between like 50 and 60 years old. The one woman has tried to, I'm watching her from across the room, trying on this coat like 4 or 5 times. Just keeps trying. Finally, I walk by, I was like, hey, just so you know, you look dynamite in that coat. Oh, thank you. Very excited. Thank you. Kept thanking me. I was like, no problem. I walk I take 2 steps away. The 2 friends come and chase me out. Well, what about this one?
Oh.
I'm in the middle of a fashion show. Just me and a bunch of middle-aged Asian women in the Florida Panhandle. And then the Columbia lady walked over, the lady works there. And I was like, hey, I think her name was Chris. I don't forget her name. Kristen, maybe something like that? Mm-hmm. I said, Kristen, we're good here. And she literally just went, what? I got this covered. No, we're good. Thanks.
Don't need her help
Thank
anymore.
you. Like I said a few times, finally she walked away. And Lay's like, yep, here we go. Right back to the fashion show. Ended up buying 2 of the salmon windbreakers that I picked out for him.
Really? Wow. Did you get a commission?
Don't worry about what I got.
Oh, okay. Well, think about it.
I got her number. How you like them apples? But it means nothing here. Me and Zach had a great time with it, though.
I'm glad. I'm glad to know that you and Zach had such a nice time.
Yeah.
Sean
What did you
Saito. Sean Saito wants to know, this question's for you, Michael. Why did baseball get the short end of the stick from Upper Deck with Exquisite? Basketball and football had many years each, while baseball only had 1 year as a standalone product. If memory serves me correctly, the experience was different too, with baseball in a cardboard box, but the other two in those nice wooden lacquer boxes.
Yeah. It must have been a licensing thing, because it's true. Although that was probably toward the end of when they were losing licensing in general for baseball. It's the only reason I can think of, but he's absolutely right. Exquisite baseball was never like the others.
Really? Okay.
Not even close.
So, and you were thinking that was like a number of years ago?
It only came out for 1 year. I feel like it was like 07.
07?
05, 07?
Oh, I thought it was like 5-6 years ago. Okay.
No. It's been forever. Yeah. I'll look that up if you want.
So while we're looking that up, Scott Gardner wants to know, who would be the more fun person to chest bump in the wild? Jesse seems like the obvious answer, but I'm always worried about him having some nagging injury, and a good, firm chest bump is what finally sends him over the edge.
04, by the way. Sorry.
Mike probably would swear he'd be good at it, but then he would land on his butt and get mad instead of challenging himself to do it again. Scott Gardner.
Scott, in 2026, here's what I want you to do. I'm making improvements on myself. Cool, calm, collected Mike. Controlled Mike, some would say. I'd like you to focus on what you're doing with your life. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you stop thinking about stuff like that, you're going to be a better father.
What if he's not a dad?
Well, number one, don't produce anything else. Quite frankly, Scott, call it a day.
Scott, I think you're doing a fantastic job.
I think you need to worry less about Jesse's like chest bumping a pillow.
No, my sternum could be hard. You'd feel it. You could feel my sternum.
Okay, we're good. I think we're good with.
I don't have to put up a fight against how you'd feel my sternum. I know it's there.
Okay.
Min Vong.
MV, sure.
Now that 2025 is almost over, yikes.
Hey, Min, the year ended a couple days ago.
What would you say was your favorite product of the year? It's a good question.
Cosmic Baseball at the end was stupid good. Absolutely ridiculously good this year.
Yeah.
Not even close. Yours was Disney. Don't you sell
Actually,
it.
no.
Really?
So everybody voted Disney Chrome was their favorite. I actually would, I guess I'd be in the minority because I thought it was either going to be Galaxy, Star Wars Galaxy, or Masterwork that came out earlier in the year.
What genre was it that won? I can guess.
Well, I just said it was Disney.
Oh, that
Disney
did win
Chrome.
the vote. Oh, I'm sorry.
Disney Chrome, yeah. Disney Chrome won the vote.
Okay.
Which is funny because that's the one, I think, when Mantle did one category of non-sport, and they also had Disney Chrome winning that one.
They also gave Jeff Wilson an award for being a good person after he co-hosted the whole freaking thing. So I have nothing useful to say about that company.
That's fine. James
See, controls
Patterson.
Mike. I could go on a rant.
You're doing great, man. You're doing so good.
Thank you.
Let's see. James Patterson says not a question as much as a compliment.
The author? James Patterson?
You don't think. Is this?
I do think, so I brought it up, sweetheart.
Who does the, Baldacci?
M is from David Baldacci's my guy.
I know you love Baldacci.
love me some D. Some Dave, DB?
What? What'd you say? No, hang on. Just cut that, please. That's a soundboard clip if I've ever heard one.
There's Jesse's favorite moment of 2026, and we made it all the way to?
Yep, 5 days in. 5 days in, we got it. All right, thank you.
What did you mean by that, Jesse?
James had a compliment.
You just dropped your freaking Stafford downtown.
You know what that means? Stafford's going to lose.
You know what that means? You're a bad person.
You think a Stafford...
Don't pick it up with your disgusting foot. Oh, God.
No, that's the one I didn't have to just rip the toenail off of. I got pliers out. I had to rip the big toe out. Do you see
that away from me.
How do I reach my toe over to his side of the table?
Social. Oh,
don't you dare.
God.
Don't you dare.
How are you alive?
I had a bad toenail.
How are you alive?
You damage the toenail, it dies, and you got to rip it off sometimes.
That's not death. I've seen death. That is not death. That is something worse. Oh, my God.
It's fine. It's healthy. It's going to grow a new nail. It's not a big... Stop taking pictures of my feet, bro.
The other gross thing is
I'm not going to be on your OnlyFans again. James Patterson wants to know...
The author.
Not a question as much as a compliment.
Nailed it. Need a one.
Thanks for Doug.
Doug is awesome. Dude, I know you're not a hockey guy,
What are you talking about? You're preaching to the choir.
I'm not either. I'm not a big
I love
hockey.
Doug.
Doug is freaking.
How do you pronounce his last name? I can't remember. Plagans.
He is the most enthusiastic host of any podcast we have, including ours. The love he has for it is actually remarkable. That dude is awesome.
He hosts, if anybody's not familiar,
Nonsense on Ice.
Nonsense on Ice. But he's also like you can tell
or as the kids call it, Noi. N-O-I.
You can tell he does this as a living because he's an announcer for
Florida Panthers.
Florida Panthers.
He is phenomenal, though. Upper Deck's a big sponsor of that show for that reason. He is like the best voice in hockey in the hobby.
James goes on to say, it's a great show and does a wonderful job covering the hockey market. He says, P.S., why did Topps not have Skeen's Planetary Pursuits and Cosmic?
Yeah, the Planetary Pursuits are the one downside. The checklist stunk a little bit.
Oh, really?
You didn't need Vlad, although he was so good at the end, fine. But we certainly didn't need Lindor. Like, it should have been all rookies except for the MVPs, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a little weak. Everything else was great, though.
Brian Scholm wants to know, what would you guys do differently if they could do 2025 over again? I don't know. I ended up pretty happy with 2025.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that nothing, like, jumps off, like, oh, I really regret that, or I will say I regret that Michael Jordan I sold on eBay Live. Sold that 9.5. That was like the biggest sale at the time. Thing's worth about $10,000 more now. Oh, wouldn't mind that.
Oh, yeah, Brian. I'm trying to think. Like 2025 overall. I mean, here's the thing. I've really enjoyed SCN, but growing Hobby Nonsense from the beginning has been really fun too.
Did that start in 25?
Yeah,
It did. Okay.
Yeah, first week we did the first episode. We've done one, I think, every week but one. So, Zach Mayhew. Why doesn't Topps just set a retail price on their boxes? And if shops are found selling over that, they lose their allotment. Give more allotment to the shops and keep the LCS alive. He says instead, the second offering always seems to be at a higher price than the shop is currently selling them at. Topps can't tell me their cost went up that much on the second run.
Yeah, the cost doesn't go up. It's a free market. Again, you don't have to like that, by the way. And I understand most people don't. But that's how it is. Like
they're trying to make money on it, and
if I can sell something for more today than I did yesterday, now granted, there's a little bit more of a symbiotic, you're welcome, relationship where hey, we need to keep the shops alive. I do wish that happened more. I wish they gave shops and even breakers selfishly more at the beginning. But I understand why they hold some back, and quite frankly, they're going to keep doing the direct to the website. Like I think someone said Topps Pristine Baseball was on the website today. We haven't even been solicited for that yet.
Oh, really?
So like it is weird. There's almost times when I think Topps and Fanatics website functions totally apart and separate from their LCS relationship and their breaker relationship.
Yeah,
we've talked about this.
There's some disconnect for sure.
Yep.
Moises Aguilera, they said and saw this coming. I miss licensed Panini. That's all he says.
Yep. Yeah, and that's what you're going to hear until Topps loses the license in 20 years, and then we'll say how much we miss Topps again.
Yeah.
You always miss what you can't have. It's just a history of everything that's ever happened. Sure.
Roki Buyersock.
Pretty happy
How
there,
I know I butchered it. How is Shy not worth more in card market? He says, how is Shy SGA?
Oh,
how's
Shay.
He not Shay? Shay? It's not Shy? Shay? Okay.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander?
I guess
SGA?
I'm just used to SGA.
Okay.
How has one finals MVP and one regular MVP? I'm sorry, he has one of each.
I'm aware.
His PSA 10 silver goes for $1,400 to $1,500. Luka has 0 of both. Mm-hmm. His PSA 10 Prism silver goes for $1,300 to $1,400.
Same price.
For a NBA market that really cares about winning and accolades, I would think there'd be a bigger difference of these two markets.
That last part throws me because it sounds like he's saying, why isn't SGA worth more? Because he's accomplished more. But then you compare markets. One guy's in LA, the other one's in OKC. The LA market is certainly helping to prop him up. Also, Luka has been the face of basketball the last 4 years and was arguably the face and has been the most highly anticipated prospect we had ever seen come out. It's a little bit different and instant success. SGA's been
more highly anticipated than than Wemby.
I mean, Wemby was there, but Luke, it's also the timing. It's the first time products are really taking off was 2018.
Yeah, that's true. That was before I even got into it. So I'm
and they came out together, same rookie class. I get that, but again, one guy started at the top. The other guy was not even a notion as a rookie, and Luka's had 4 or 5 great seasons. SGA's had one unbelievable season.
Okay.
I also would argue I don't think SGA is that likable. This whole
really?
the foul thing. Oh, he's miserable. Unless you're a fan of them, he's miserable. Reminds me of James Harden when he was on his crazy streak with MVPs back in the day. He's miserable to watch. He just flops around and flails and is at the foul line. I hate. Again, I just don't like watching him. If he was on my team, I'd probably be thrilled.
Well, it's funny you say that because Patrick Parker responded to his
Patty
comment,
P,
and he
sure,
says,
writer for collectibles on SI.
Stats and wins only account for part of a player's value. SGA lacks
Correct.
marketability, and his style of play doesn't resonate with collectors.
I think that's very, very true. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. But okay,
Same way with big men. Like their style and play doesn't hit with a lot of collectors.
yeah. Except for us other big men who do appreciate that.
Except for you other unathletic guys with dead feet.
It's not a dead foot.
Dude, that thing is
It's a bad
wild.
toenail. There's just not
there's
a
not a
toenail there. There's no toenail, but it's fine.
Does she make you wear socks to bed?
No.
Does she get under the covers
We
with
have
that thing?
two. We sleep in separate beds.
Thank God.
Just to be clear, we don't sleep in separate beds. We just have like one of those like king beds where they each have like the adjustable bases.
Yeah, she has like the limo glass in between, so you don't.
There's no limo
that
glass.
Disgusting.
I'm allowed to reach over
tentacle
and just
doesn't-
see if she's still there. So it's fine.
And she's not. She's smart.
I put my toe.
Anything else?
No, that was it. That's it.
You put
If
your
you
toe.
want more toe talk?
Leave it right there. We're good.
Just leave
All right,
the
we'll be
toe.
back Thursday. Jesse's breaking Wednesday all day with brand new Marvel.
Yeah, well,
Pixar.
Pixar, Disney Pixar is on Wednesday. On Tuesday, I'm filling out my last Star Wars Galaxy case. There's only about 30 spots left. But if you want one, go out in there and grab it.
Yeah, and I've got Fanatics Live tonight. I'm doing Flawless, 5-star, and Cosmic tonight and tomorrow night. Sunday night is the big eBay live show like I talked about at the beginning. I got a bunch of QB stuff I want to move, ton of baseball stuff as well, and we will have some wax on there too.
I reached out to eBay Live today about doing this training to finally get in that training so I can do the eBay Live.
Oh,
selling.
yeah.
I haven't heard anything back, at least unless they emailed back while we've been on this.
Mr. Ireland, if you could help get Jesse along, that would be
speaking of,
helpful.
I forgot I'm going to Ireland. Oh, I wonder if Adam's going to be in Ireland when I'm in Ireland.
Or you're gonna be in San Francisco.
He's from the UK, though, but I'll be there.
I've lost interest. All right, we'll be back on Thursday. I had something to say about guests, and I don't remember what it is. So, yeah, we'll be back Thursday. We'll talk to you then.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
No, I was going to say we got I did have, what's his name, old Sheppy boy coming on, but he can't do the following Monday, so we pushed it to the 19th. Does that work for you?
It does. Oh, you know who else? This was going to run it past you real quick.
Okay.
Jeff reached out about the card show. I said, yeah, absolutely, come on.
The Nashville card
It's
show?
at the end of February.
National?
I told him, his son, whoever he wants to come on, should come on.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, good. I thought you'd be cool with that, but I think it'd be cool to hear from a promoter of a show. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, guy runs. He said they have sold out 1,200 tables already. They're a month and a half out.
I believe that.
That is freaking insane.
I believe
I'm
that,
telling you, it is the
absolutely.
biggest show now for cards aside from the National in the country. It's ridiculous. All
Come
right,
to the National.
there you go. If somebody from Fanatics wants to hook us up with Fanatics Fest tickets, I've also heard about some hotel rooms they have reserved. We could use a few. They're expensive.
We already have Fanatics. Oh, Fanatics Fest.
Fest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the thing in April.
Conference.
I would give up my hotel room for the Fanatics Fest hotels if
Sure.
they've got better ones.
All right. Talk to you Thursday. Goodbye.
Goodbye.